So we've made chicken Parmesan and we've made chicken fettuccine Alfredo, but this is Parmesan Chicken Alfredo, and I'll tell you the difference. And you can always buy crushed tomatoes, but I like to take diced tomatoes since that's what I have in my pantry all the time. And I'm gonna crush them up in my little food processor. Just 2 or 3 pulses. That's it. And the first thing we want to do is make our little sauces. 2 little sauces, very easy and very quick to make. First, the marinara. A decent amount of olive oil, maybe a tablespoon or so. And you'll notice I have a small saucepan, it's 1 quart, because we're making a very small batch because it's only us, 2 people. Medium-low heat. Got half a cup of minced onions and 1 minced garlic clove. Give the onions about 5-10 minutes in the olive oil to soften up a little bit. Season with salt and pepper. After 5-10 minutes, add our crushed tomatoes. About a 1/4 cup of dry red wine. And bring it to a simmer. Once it comes to a simmer, cover it and put it over very low heat. I'm going to put it on a different burner over here, so I'm going to use this burner. And let it cook for about 20 minutes. And for the Alfredo sauce, get kind of a medium non-stick skillet over medium-low heat. We're going to add 2 good tablespoons of cold unsalted butter and let it start to melt. Once the butter is melted, add 1.5 cups of cream. And you're going to let it come to a little bit of a simmer, not a boil, but a simmer, because you're going to want it to reduce by about 1/2 cup, so you have a cup left. Once it starts to simmer a little, then you want to start stirring it, especially around the edge, so the cream doesn't burn. And go ahead and add about 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder and 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. And as little or as much black pepper as you want. By reducing the cream a little bit, instead of using a thickener like flour or cornstarch, makes it a much smoother, silky, elegant, authentic, if you will, Alfredo sauce. It's going to take a good 10 to 15 minutes to reduce this to the consistency you want, depending on the size of your skillet. Or you could buy a jar of Alfredo sauce, or a can of, or a jar of marinara sauce instead of doing this. But what fun is that? Now, one way to check the consistency of your sauce, get some on a spoon, check the back, and do that. Push your finger through it if it leaves a space there. It's almost good. Ready almost. And you can taste it too. Does need a little bit of salt. I'm going to add some more pepper. And that's your Alfredo sauce. Now to the chicken. So we're going to deal with the breading situation for the Parmesan chicken, and we're not using breadcrumbs this time. You ready for it? We're going to use chicharrones. We used them a lot when we did keto a couple of years ago, and they add a lot of flavor, and it does make it keto. And if you use almond flour instead of regular flour, then you got a whole keto thing going on. Once it gets ground up, you're going to want about a cup. That'll do it. We have our 3-bowl breading station set up. I've got seasoned flour, salt and pepper in it. I've got an egg whipped up with, beaten with some milk. And I have my chicharrone crumbs instead of breadcrumbs with a couple of tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, because this is Parmesan chicken. Mix it up a little bit. And my pounded chicken breast. I butterflied it, pounded it out into about 2 or 3 different pieces, about a 1/4 inch thick. Let's do the flour. Make sure all the excess is patted off, just a little bit. You don't want a lot on. Into the egg. And the crumbs. And put them on a dry plate. And we'll do the others. All right, let's fry the breaded chicken breast now for Parmesan chicken. Non-stick pan, kind of a medium skillet over medium heat. And I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil and a couple of tablespoons of unsalted butter. We're going to let that melt. You're going to want to get about a 1/4 inch of oil, depending on the depth and the size of your pan going. Once your oil gets going, I got it about 325. I've got a laser thermometer that can kind of tell the temperature. Let's go in with our breasts now. Lay them away from you. I do 2 at a time. They don't crowd. I let them go at least a couple of minutes on each side. We want to get them golden brown, but we also want to make sure they're cooked all the way through to 165. All right, it's been a couple minutes. Put another 30 seconds, okay? Another couple of minutes on the other side. They're fairly thin, so they get done fairly fast. What I'm going to do is take them off. Put them on a wire rack over a sheet pan because we're going to put them in the broiler just before we serve them. Put a good quarter cup of shredded mozzarella cheese on each chicken breast. Don't be shy with the cheese. Now preheat your broiler and broil it until the cheese is nice and bubbly and starting to get brown. Now to plate, spoon some marinara sauce on one side of the plate. And spoon some Alfredo sauce on the other side of the plate. Then place your chicken breast right in the middle, right on the sauce. And then garnish with a little chopped parsley. And you can certainly add pasta if you want. We just decided to leave it off this time. Parmesan Chicken Alfredo. Hope you like it. By the way, thanks for watching, and please subscribe down below. We'd appreciate it. Stay safe. Have a good day.